My name is Braiker. Today's discussion focused on how to go from defining goals into specific actions, which I think is so critical for any organization. Before you talk tactics and before you make choices about execution, you need to have a clearly defined path to get a goal into a viable action. The thought process was first understanding that people often don't know where to start. So I provided a specific prompt that let people start with something that they're celebrating in a period of time, a year from now essentially. Expansiveness in options comes from first having a well-defined prompt and assignment. From there we were able to crystallize and clarify what they had said to make it into a viable goal. And then that goal went through some exploratory. We looked at it, we asked questions about it, we wondered, and fundamentally we built kind of a case around the goal which would enable us to do more strategic thinking. We started doing that by developing specific sets of strategies that could be used to achieve the goal. We then created criteria that was specific and clear that could be applied to use to select which of those strategies we wanted to develop further. Once we've done that, we then articulated the goal, the strategy, and we started to build tactics that would be useful to execute the goal that we had discussed. And finally, we went through troubleshooting and we put all of it into an action plan with a timeline. So what we found is by creating a long list of possibilities, sometimes the best answers reside in item 75, item 258. You don't know unless you expand these options and the universe of them. In some instances, when people say, for instance, we have a goal, we have to raise $500,000 in a year, what are we going to do? And I look and I see we're going to have a gala, we're going to have a web campaign, and we're going to talk to wealthy donors. Those are not your only three options. What we want in this example is a series of specific actions that people can take. That's like a checklist. So nothing's conceptual, everything is behavioral, and you can implement it by doing things. Even if you want someone to believe something, if you want someone to believe that the next mile is the best place to cultivate a team of rising socially responsible entrepreneurs, then there's things that we have to do in order to do that, things that we have to show, to prove, to be about. What we want is action, and we need to take these big ideas and break them down in little parts, which is what we do at Refine and Focus, and which is what our intention was to share here.